live NBBA World Series of Beep Baseball presented by Mind's Eye Radio and the St. Louis Lighthouse for the Blind and sanctioned by the National Beep Baseball Association. We are now in elimination bracket play. Up until now, we have been in winners bracket play, but now we have a win or go home back against the wall ball game between two teams who have never been this far before. The Oklahoma Lookouts and the Outlaws of Bryan, College Station, Texas. David Benny alongside Rosina Foster. We are back at Glen Ed Complex in Edwardsville, Illinois, on the campus of Southern Illinois University. And we are at Field 4 for this special matchup, especially for these two teams. They have both already secured at least a top 8 finish. The winner will be top 6 and move on to tomorrow. The loser will play for 7th place tomorrow morning.
So we have just had the coin toss, still waiting to see. We have the BCS Outlaws and Oklahoma Lookouts. Lookouts are the home team, so BCS Outlaws will be batting first. BCS Outlaws are wearing their gray and red pinstripe jerseys with red print, and the Outlaws look like they have changed their jerseys from this morning. They are now wearing black with red on their jerseys. So we're going to get this started here in just a few minutes. Outlaws batting first. Their lineup is going to look like Justin Romack, Hillary Oswald, Alex Quick, Pedro Aguiar,
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Hunter Mouton, and Sarah Gardner. Our lineup for the Lookouts has changed just a little bit from earlier. We have Mark Ivy, Aaron Higby, Chad Dillon, Kyle Ivy has been moved to the number 4 spot, Josh Perry, and Cleo Stevens as our designated hitter, with David Gwynn as the fielder for the Lookouts.
So as usual, a bunch of lefties for Oklahoma. And for BCS, the players to watch are really the top 3 in the lineup. Justin Romack's a solid veteran. Hillary Oswald just may be the best female beat ball player we've ever seen in this league. You'll see her, and we're looking forward to that. Alex Quick is just like his last name. He is quick, and they've been carrying a lot of the load for a small but vigorous BCS Outlaw team who has already pulled upsets today over the New Jersey Titans, knocking them out, the Cleveland Scrappers knocking them out. The Outlaws came in the overall 13 seed, and they will finish no lower than 8th, but they would love to finish in the top 6.
So,
Jerry House is the coach and the pitcher of the BCS Outlaws, and Mark Ivy is the player, coach, captain of the Oklahoma Lookouts.
a couple practice tosses in here from Jerry as the Lookouts take the field. Sun is going down. It is another evening game here at 6 o'clock in Edwardsville. And Mike Woodard, our umpire, as we wait for the last of that field to set up. Sun almost halfway down to the horizon.
The winner of this game gets the Gateway Archers tomorrow morning in an elimination game. The loser of this game will play for 7th against the loser of Taiwan and the Chicago Comets, the other elimination game going at this time.
They are on field 2, Chicago and Taiwan currently. And a couple practice tosses of that ball ended up with us already getting a new ball before we start. But just about there with Justin Romack heading up to the plate. First and third, and we're ready for this first pitch of this game.
Mike Woodard says play ball, and play ball we will.
And going just over the top of that blue and red bat.
Romack was a defensive all-star last year for BCS.
Waiting for the golf carts going around between our fields. Lookouts already asking for the ball to be held up.
Hey, here we go.
ready, ball.
And taking a pass.
Here we go. Set, ready, ball.
And just underneath.
Here we go. Set, ready, ball.
Just over the top.
Here we go. Set, ready, ball.
And a nice solid line drive just past Higbee and Chad Dillon. That was Aaron Higbee with the out. It was just past Mark Ivy. Sorry, I apologize for that. That was Mark. That it went past Aaron Higbee picking up that out. That will bring us up with Hillary Oswald at the plate.
That was a good clutch pitch on a full count, but a better defensive play. And now here is one of my absolute favorite players in this league to watch, Hillary Oswald, number 12.
Okay, that's what I just wanted to make sure that somebody knew.
All right, defense, ready to go. You got one. First.
This is a father-daughter pitcher-batter combo here.
Here we go. Set, ready, ball.
Nice little pop up into center. Mark going by, it's between us. He's recovered it, and that is going to be Mark Ivy just before it slid all the way between his legs. Mark Ivy with that out.
Well, that's her game, but she couldn't get it past Ivy. Her game is, if you've ever seen softball, you know what a slapper is. You just knock the ball in somewhere and you just try to just outrun it. She's very good at that, but Ivy, solid play, 2 outs.
Alex Quick pointing at first and then third with the timing of the base checks.
BCS has been around about a decade, no top 10 finishes till this year.
A little bit early on the swing.
Here we go. Set, ready, ball.
Just a little bit early, not quite as much.
Dave, I was correct, sir. Okay. Here we go. Set, ready, ball.
And just underneath the bat.
Well, we've had a full count hit, a first pitch hit, and now we're to 3 strikes.
Set, ready, ball.
And a nice solid grounder past Mark as he runs for third. Mark Higbee's arms outstretched and it just passed him, and that's going to be a run up on the board for Alex Quick. 1-0, top of the first for the BCS Outlaws.
Well, they're making the Lookouts defense work. 3 balls put in play. They got the first 2. Quick, a little too quick for that one. Here's a good young player coming up here, Pedro Aguiar, number 44. Came over from, I think he came up with the Austin Blackhawks. They've got a big roster, so he's with BCS and he's making an impact. 1-0 Outlaws.
Quick stomping with that back foot.
Here we go. Set, ready, ball.
Just underneath the swing.
Set, ready, ball.
Just nicking and rolling off of the top into the catcher's mitt.
Set, ready, ball.
Way underneath.
Might have slipped out of his hand.
Calling for a time, and there is a little bit of a different setup on the Lookouts defense. Kyle Ivey was in deep right earlier today, and now he is in mid left. Josh Perry has been moved over to short right with David Gwynn behind.
Ready, ball.
That's going to go foul on the left. So the 2 Ivey brothers are one right behind the other retrospectively. Pedro at the plate.
Here we go. go. Set. Ready. Ball.
And underneath, and that's going to be an out, ending the top of the first. It's 1-0 BCS Outlaws as the Lookouts mosey on into the bench for their at-bat. Outlaws quickly heading out onto the field.
Now we're going to get a look at the Outlaws defense, which held Cleveland to 5 runs earlier in that 8-5 win. And they didn't give up much against the Titans either. As I said, this is a huge game for both teams. Oklahoma formed 3 years ago. They've never been this far before. BCS formed about a decade ago. They were raised up under Coach John Stark, and I'll tell you what, you talk about, and he's now retired from the NBBA, but you talk about a fundamentals coach. He's a baseball guy, and I'm convinced that he made this team a lot better, and he's a lot of the reason why they are where they are, although Jerry House has taken over, and they've kept improving, but they've never been top 10 before. So, huge game for both of these teams.
Melissa Weathers now catching for Tim Hibner. Mark Ivy patiently waiting at the bat, leaning on his bat at home plate.
Mark Ivy.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Hey.
And it's going to be a short little bouncer. See if that goes fair. If it does, it's barely on the line as he takes out first. And that is going to be a run for Mark as it ties it up. 1-1 now, the bottom of the first. 0 outs for the Lookouts.
They have got to charge those balls and pick them up. So just like that, tie game 1-1 as Mark Ivy, the All-Star, ties it up.
Aaron Higby coming up to the plate.
The right side of this Outlaws defense is going to get tested, and we're going to have to see if they can stand up to the challenge.
Pedro
Romac's an
and
excellent
Alex
defender.
And Sarah out there.
Yeah, so they've got Hillary and Justin, their best 2 defenders
On the left.
On the left.
Ready. Hit.
And Hunter right down the middle.
Ball right in there, buddy. Take your time. Here we go. Set. Ready. Hit.
And a grounder over to Justin. He's going to have to drop down. It's at his knees. It's got to get a hold of it, though.
Oh.
He is out. Just barely got it up on his elbows. And that is going to be an out for Justin Romack.
He needs to be a little bit quicker. He's lucky that Higby didn't beat that out, though. Romack, a solid defender, but they can't afford to. No, they just can't. They got to be clean. All right, but 1 out, 1 in.
Chad Dillon up. It's a 1-1 game here in the bottom of the first.
Chad Dillon may have been the only one who predicted a top 8 finish for Oklahoma. And I got to say,
I
he
do
was
remember that
so
on
right.
Facebook. I had a little comment on that. He was asking the odds.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Hit.
And a bouncing grounder. It's gone past Pedro. Sarah's gone past hers. He runs for first. They're calling dead ball.
I think they're right. We'll see.
Tick, 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 tick.
We have tick tick being called from the lookout bench on our left there at the third base side. Wow, the BCS Outlaws are on the right.
Oh,
He's saying safe.
it was beeping. Now what they'll do is they'll leave the base on. He'll go and stand over the ball and listen. And if the ump can hear it, then it's a live ball.
So that is going to take the Lookouts to the lead, 2-1 over the Outlaws, bringing Kyle Ivy to the plate.
That's tough luck because that ball may have been on its speaker. In any event, the defense couldn't hear it, but it was beeping.
Kyle digging in a little bit on the right side of home plate.
Done!
Somebody put me over there.
Over here. 1 out. 5. No one's ready. All right. Third. Play. Here we go. Ready? Hit.
A short little pop-up and barely fares. He runs for third. Pedro coming in, and he is going to be safe. That's Kyle Ivey taking it 3-1 for the Lookouts.
Well, that was opposite field, but it was well placed.
That was maybe a couple, 3-4 inches past that line. And Pedro was coming from all the way over on the right side.
Little bit of concern here for the BCS Outlaws. They are not a team built really to come from a big deficit from behind. They really need to keep this a defensive game. 10 runs or less and they'll have a chance. So they need to shut it down here.
Josh Perry at the plate.
Third. Play. All right, Mr. Perry, it's me and you, baby. Me and you. Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
Just underneath the bat. He stumbled backwards just a hair after the swing.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
High pop-up. That is going to be foul on the left.
They will have to get a new ball now. If it wasn't
Don't
dead
hear
before,
that.
it is now.
Gabe definitely saying, I'm pretty sure it's dead.
It made an awful sound when it hit the ground, and they'll have to get a new one in.
Super quiet.
That ball will be a practice ball now.
Okay. Right?
Yeah, these balls cost $37 a piece or thereabouts, so if you want to help out, nbba.org/donate.
Defense ready? 0-2. Here we go.
Josh Perry with that bat at ease. Taking that pass.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
And line drive up the middle, almost taking out Tim's knees. Hillary Oswald down. It's bounced off of her. She's scrambling for it. And it's going to be safe. That was a microsecond. But that will take the Lookouts to 4-1, bottom of the first, over the BCS Outlaws.
Oh, she was there, too. She was in position. She had to fight with it a little bit. If she'd have corralled it right away, she had him. She did all she could, but...
Cleo Stevens up for the Lookouts.
So that's 4 out of 5 in for Oklahoma. Look out. This could get out of
Ugly
hand quick.
Guys, I'm swinging a bat around.
That one end is how to stuff it.
A new basket of balls has made it up to the scorekeeper's table.
Third. Action.
Cleo, another lefty.
Right. Make sure you pull that bat back first. There you go. Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
High pop up over and to left. Justin turning around to run for that. Hillary coming to back him up. She's on top of the ball. Is she going to have it? And he's going to call that safe. Up now he's going to double check.
Now he's going to check.
He's checking the third baseman, and he said safe.
She was there again. They just need to clean it up. They're there, Jay. They just need to clean it up.
This will start back over with Mark again.
Yeah, this is dangerous now because you got the top of the lineup and the 5 of the first 6 made it in.
Mark with his twisting of the bat on home plate. Says 5-1, bottom of the first. Lookouts lead.
You don't think the Lookouts want a shot at the Archers tomorrow morning?
Like everything.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
A little on the inside and low.
We will check for score updates on Comets in Taiwan and let you know.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
And it's going to be a grounder over left. Justin running. It's past his fingers. Hillary running for the hill. She's not. It's going to be a run for Mark. It's starting to get really nasty. 6-1
Yeah, because these balls some of them are on the ground, so like they're not even getting their best bat on the ball. It's just not being picked up. And look, BCS has played a lot of ball this week. They played a lot of good ball, but this is a short roster. Now, we got a long way to go here, but they should be out of this inning right now.
Aaron Higbee up at the plate.
Higbee probably had the best stroked ball so far.
Resetting out in the field on the left. Moving Hillary
Now,
just a bit.
one of the best stroke balls. He was the only put out, I do believe, by Romack. Everybody else has scored.
Quick lift of the bat over the head, and then behind the shoulder. And a exhale.
Here we go. Sam. Ready? Hey.
And just over the top of the middle of the bat.
Here we go. Sam. Ready? Hey.
And just underneath.
I haven't got your pitch yet. I've got your pitch here yet. There you go. There you go. Look good. Look
He's all ready for the
Here we go.
pitch.
Sam. Ready? Hey.
And it's going to go flying. And that will be foul just past third base, right over the top of third. Aaron stopping, not even moving, stopping, tipping his head back up at the sky as if to say, why, oh, why?
Well, because right idea, wrong direction. You jumped him, that's why.
Smile on his face as he saunters back slowly to home plate. And apparently, when Tim was telling him earlier, I haven't got your pitch yet, that wasn't it either.
Well, that could have been it, but he was a split second timing off there. Ripped it foul.
Here we go. Sam. Ready?
He's going to take a pass, catching his breath.
Full count.
Tapping the plate with the bat.
Right there.
Exhale.
You got this. Just takes one, man. Just takes one. All right. Here we go. Sam. Ready? Hey.
And that's going to roll off the top and go foul on the right.
On it. Yeah, and you got this. Straight on. Here we go. Sam. Ready? Hey.
And just underneath, and that is going to be out.
So that's the second out of the inning only, though.
And it's 6-1 game still in the first. Chad Dillon, lefty, coming up. Lining his bat up along front of home plate and aligning his feet to the handle of the bat. Pointing at first and third. Some butterflies and dragonflies flying all over the field this early evening.
Here we go. Sam. Ready? Hey.
And a nice line drive dropping to grounder. Alex Quick getting over there under it, and he has it.
That's the cleanliness they need from their defense. So there you go. They gave up 6, but they limited the damage enough, and it's early enough that they're not out of this yet. 6-1. Lookouts after 1.
Top of the second we move into as those lookouts come in to try to recoup that 5-run deficit as the lookouts head out into the field. Easy and slow. Jerry House already out at the pitcher's mound, ball in hand, stretching those shoulders. Hunter coming up to the plate. Stepping back away from it just a little bit as Jerry gets a few tosses here while we wait for the defense to set up. Josh Perry tying his shoe, also out in the field.
If you missed the game earlier today, it was what they call in my neck of the woods a barn burner. The Indy Thunder, in their last at bat, on a Gerald Dykes walk-off hit, beat the Indy Edge 29-28. The Edge got out to a big lead. The Thunder had a big inning, retook the lead. The Edge rallied, retook the lead in the sixth, and the Thunder won it with one out in the bottom of the sixth in one of the most exciting games we've seen here.
This week.
Well, certainly this week and maybe in the last 5 years or so.
All right, here we go. First. Third. Let's play. You me right here. Here we go. Set. Ready. Ball.
And a little bit late, the ball under the bat.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Ball.
Just barely under.
This is Hunter Mouton.
Yes. Just over the top of the tip of the bat.
Hunter Mouton was with the Bayou City Heat for a while. And then I believe the Houston Hurricanes for a minute.
And just underneath, that is going to be a strike and the first out for the Outlaws. Sarah Gardner coming up to the plate.
This is a player I've not seen before,
And
number
she
14.
is a lefty.
Okay. This is Sarah Gardner, 6th spot in the lineup.
She has owls on her socks.
Set. Ready. Ball.
A very golf scooping swing.
Set. Ready. Ball.
That was very close.
She needs to hold on to that bat. It's sticky out here. Can't let it slip. Good grip.
Set. Ready. Ball.
Just over the top of it.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Ball.
And that's going to be 2 outs for the Outlaws. Starting
Top of the
back
order.
over with Justin.
Yep, they need a big run here from their leader, Justin Romack. He almost got it the first time, but was put out.
6-1 lookout, the top of the second. Outlaws have 2 outs.
First play. Third. Play. Here we go. Set. Ready. Ball.
Just barely underneath.
He needs to bring it up.
Here we go. Set.
He needs to get the top of their bats.
And a pop up. It's going to go foul on the right.
But that's the right idea. That's better. 2 strikes now. Oklahoma got here with a win over Austin. BCS got here with a win over Cleveland after a huge upset over New Jersey.
Okay. Set. Ready. Ball.
And a nice pop fly. The mid center as he runs for first, scrambling to get it. Both Chad and he's going to be safe. 2-6 now.
Boy, they needed that. And Mike Woodard called it on the ground and called him safe. So it's 6-2, and now Hillary will get a chance.
2 outs on the Outlaws. Hillary at the plate with baby pink cleats.
My favorite Hillary moment of all time, she earned a selection to the very first All-Star Showcase we had in San Antonio in 2022. And she had one of the biggest hits of the weekend in the bottom of the 6th with Jared Woodard pitching. She tied the game ahead of David Smith's walk-off. She dinked one, as she's capable of, into the right coffin corner. Beat it out.
It's a short little grounder. We'll see if
this?
that's going to stay. It's just barely fair. Mark coming up on top of that. Gets a no, and she is safe.
See, and that's it. That's what I say by when I say slapper. And Mark Ivey, I'm sorry, you get to a lot of balls, but you ain't beating Hillary to that one. 6-3.
Alex Quick coming up to the plate as Hillary, smiling, walks up around behind home plate, heading to the bench.
So Romack, Oswald, and Quick each with runs, and now here's Quick. Quick scored his in the first.
First play. Third. Right here. Here we go. Set. Ready. Ball.
And a nice heavy grounder to the left. Kyle getting down on the ground. He's got it, and that's going to be an out for Kyle Ivey.
Well, he got that one. That was even a harder hit ball, and Quick is quick, but not quick enough, and that's the inning. 2 in, though. That's not bad, Rosina, and now they just got to play defense.
We head to the bottom of the second. It's a 3-6 game. Lookouts leading as the Outlaws head out to the field, and the Lookouts come up to bat with that doubled score over the Outlaws. Temperature is now starting to get a little more comfortable than it was even at the start of the game. It's dropped quite a few degrees. Sun has started to get a little closer to the horizon.
Want to send a shout out to a bro, former teammate with the Jets for a year, and also former BCS Outlaw, or Outlaw alum as he says, Jason Walters. I know Jason's listening from down in Texas. Thanks for tuning in, and enjoy your Outlaws. It's a good day to be there. And as they've won 2 games already today, and they're right in this one, trailing 6-3 as we head to the bottom of the second.
Gonna start off with Kyle Ivey here. Left-handed batter. Tim making his way to the pitcher's mound. Melissa sitting on a 5-gallon bucket as catcher behind home plate.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Hit.
And just getting the edge with the bottom of his bat and it dropping straight down.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Hit.
And just over the top.
As soon as you touch the ball, it automatically keeps the yellow. Want to take one now or later?
They had Kyle batting in the 6th spot yesterday when we saw him.
Ready. Hit.
Yep, he's
Moving him
moved
up to the 4. Yep, he wanted to get more lefty heavy at the top. Although he's got Cleo Stevens, a lefty now in that 6th spot. So
Kyle stepping away from home plate as he readjusts his blindfold. It's getting hot. A lot of sweat dripping down behind those.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Hit.
And just over the top.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Hit.
And just catching almost his hands and almost taking Tim out as it goes up the middle. Alex coming in, Hillary coming in. They're circling it, and that's going to be a run for Kyle. 7-3 now.
Hey, it was a run.
they still have got to pick those balls up. That was on the ground. Somebody's got to cut over and pick that ball up. 7-3. Well, they got one back already. Hey, we want to send a shout out to our friends from New View, Oklahoma, who we know are tuned in watching their Lookouts. New View is a sponsor of the Lookouts. They're a great service down there in Oklahoma City, and they helped out with the 2023 World Series, which was in Norman. And guess what, y'all? In case you haven't heard, we're headed back to Norman in 2028. Get ready, because here we come in 3 years.
Josh Perry. Just underneath.
Yeah. There's a little more noise on this field than there was on Field 5 where we were streaming the first 2 days, but this field is in much better shape than Field 5.
Definitely much better shape.
Well, I appreciate the cooperation of the NBBA and especially our tournament director, Cassie Hopkins, to get this stream, these Game of the Day, moved to a field that was a little more fitting for them.
Field tells Mike that they are ready to go.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Hey.
And just on the inside and under.
I thought you were going to tell me I was late.
Well, timing's off. This is where you might take one.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Hey.
And just over the top. Again, this is a 3-7 game here in the bottom of the second.
Timing was better there.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Hey.
Just over the top again. That's going to be an out. Josh dropping that bat as he walks back over to his bench.
Hibner not too happy about that either. He doesn't like striking people out. He's pitched perfect games before in his career, which means no strikeouts. We saw Mike Curtis do that yesterday in our Game of the Day against the Chicago Comets. The Gateway Archer pitcher did not have a strikeout.
Cleo Stevens.
That's tough to do. Cleo Stevens once played with Wichita.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Hey.
Just under the outside edge of the bat.
Wichita used to have a team. And guess what, y'all? In case you haven't heard, we're going to Wichita in 2027 for the World Series.
Ready? Hey.
Just a hair under the tip of the bat.
I got you covered, baby. I got you covered. Here we go. Set. Ready? Hey.
And just over the bat.
Stay right here. You want to take it? You can hit it if you want. You want to hit it? All right, let's go.
All right, they're swinging away.
Set.
Oh, now.
They're streaming.
They're talking about how good you're doing. They're talking about how good you're doing.
Sorry about that.
Keep it down, Benny. Pickle juice.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
And it's going to be a bounce straight down in foul.
They called timeout because they said they could hear us back here, so I'm going to get a little closer to the mic and to Rosina. Warm my Old Spice.
Ready? Hit.
And just underneath the swing, and that is going to be out for Cleo Stevens. Starting back over with Mark Ivy.
Yeah, back-to-back strikeouts. A little unusual for Hibner and his lookouts, but now here's Ivy, who's 2 for 2.
It's a 3-7 game still. Lookouts leading, bottom of the second.
Ivy leading this team in runs and putouts, and he has for the last couple years.
Third. Here we go.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
Oh, just barely under the tip of the bat.
That was a big swing, and I think he lost the tip of his bat there a little bit.
Get some, buddy. Come get some. Give it a ride.
Mark's got red, white, and blue star batting gloves on.
I love it.
Ready? Hit.
And a little late.
Very patriotic are his hands. And quick is his bat speed. He gets that bat around in a hurry.
Set. Ready? Hit.
And a little bit late. Rolls off the top of the bat. Foul. Sounded like the beginnings of a song there. Patriotic are his hands and fast is his swing.
It's been a long week, y'all, including for your stream team crew.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
And late. That's going to be another strike as we
Struck
finish
out the
off
side.
the second. Head to the top of the third with the Outlaws coming in to bat.
Okay, so the door is open a little for him now. Oklahoma. Yep. If we back
7-3.
this table up about 10 feet, it'd do it too. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, we'll keep it down.
I don't know what that would do to the equipment.
That's true. So, yeah, we are pretty close to home plate, so we'll just keep it down a little bit.
This might buffer it down.
We do have Pedro coming up, stretching his arms above his head before putting his blindfold on.
Pedro Aguirre. That is spelled Aguirre. Looks like Aguirre, like Mark Aguirre, the old bad boy Detroit Piston, but it's not. It is Aguirre.
Jerry getting a couple tosses with that ball, letting it roll out into the outfield where Josh is going to find that when he hears the beep. The minute he's gone around it 3 times, but there he's got it back to Jerry.
If they could get a run, this is the bottom half of their lineup, which is 0 for so far here through the first time.
So we have a bag now propped up on the table to block some.
That might help a little bit. As I was saying, if we could get, if BCS could get Aguirre or Gardner or Mouton to base, that would really be huge. All 3 of their runs have come from their top 3. You'd like to see Romack bat this inning. Only 1 run for the Lookouts, so and a window of opportunity for BCS, trailing by 4.
Getting a base check on first and third as Pedro points to those bases, and we're ready for the pitch.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Ball.
Underneath quite a bit.
That was a good swing, but again, Jerry needs to bring it up. He's been under him all day.
Set. Ready. Ball.
And just barely under. It's come up a little bit. Quick stomp of that back foot.
Set. Ready. Ball.
Just over the top.
Yep. Ready? Yes. Here we go. Set. Ready. Ball.
And too far underneath. That is going to be out to bring Hunter up to the plate.
Just a 1 out of the bottom half of this order would make a huge difference. Let's see if Mouton can get it.
7-3. Lookouts leading. Top of the third. 1 out on the Outlaws. It's a lot of out words in this game. Outlaws, lookouts.
And again, Oklahoma started this tournament as the 12 seed. BCS has the 13. Now they're playing for a spot in the top 6.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Ball.
Just barely underneath the center of the bat.
Just an amazing tournament with the upsets.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Ball.
Bouncing, almost taking out Jerry as it goes to right. Perry kicking it with his feet, and Chad recovering that. Chad with the out for the Lookouts.
Dylan picked up his teammate, his buddy there, as it got kicked, and you know that can happen. I mean, that's happened to the best of us. It's happened to me. Dylan right there to back him up. 2 outs, and now let's see if Sarah Gardner, the little lefty, can check in and get Romack up to the plate.
So Sarah has a peculiar bat as well. She starts with that bat over to the shoulder, and when you hear that ready, and then you hear set, then she cracks that bat back just a little further like cocking a gun, and then at the ball, it comes forward in a scooping golf swing.
She doesn't have owl prints on her bat, does she?
No, she does not, just on her socks. Dark green socks with moon and owls on it. Kind of cute, really.
Set. Ready. Ball.
And that's going to be a strike.
Set. Ready. Ball.
And another strike. 2 outs for the Outlaws.
Set. Ready. Ball.
Almost made contact there.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Ball.
No.
And that is going to be it for the Outlaws, as they're going to have to head back out into the field. No runs for them at the top of the third, still remaining a 7-3 game as we move on down to the bottom of the third with the Lookouts and a 4-run lead.
Let's take a look at our NBBA officials, scorekeepers, and umpires. And it all starts at the top with the leadership of Cassie Hopkins, our tournament director and first vice president. Glenn Hopkins, equipment director. Knox, a.k.a. Sapo Ward, equipment crew assistant. Jamie Simpson, tournament assistant. Cameron Simpson as well. Katie Mathena, also tournament assistant. She's been Cassie's right hand with these 2 facilities here we've been working at. Umpires, all led by the umpire-in-chief, Jason Price, his son, Jaden Price, his father, Kemp Price, John Lykowski, Mike Woodard, who's umping this game today, Dave Taylor, Jordan Simpson, David Robert, Austin Hawkins, and Jason Blankenbaker.
Head scorekeeper Karen Lykowski, and also Sylvia Redman, Missy Lykowski, Linda Skaggs, Ronnie Higdon, Peggy Hurt Franks, Trisha Cramp, Melanie Taylor, Bradley Farmer, and Christina Heppen.
Our social media specialist, John Lykowski Jr. I'm David Benny. She's Rosina Foster. Our producer is Graham Mathena, with Hudson the cameraman. Here we go, bottom of the third. Outlaws need to hold. Lookouts looking for some separation.
Aaron Higby at the plate.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Hit.
And a little high on that, over the top of the bat.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Hit.
Just underneath. Correction on moving that front foot forward.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Hit.
And a nice high pop fly ball as he runs for
That's
first.
trouble.
It is. Hillary's running for the hills. She's gone, and he is safe. Now an 8-3 game, as the Lookouts are starting to have more than just a creeping lead.
Didn't help Hillary that the ball was moving away from her either. Good hit by Higby, got some air under it, and it was slicing. And so a 5-run lead again. Still not insurmountable, but the Outlaws need some outs here. We're only in the bottom of the third. We will be taking a water and sponsorship break at the conclusion of this inning, as it is still extremely warm out here and humid, even though we are now well past the 6 o'clock hour. 6:45 local time.
And we are ready with Chad Dillon pointing at first and third with his red batting gloves.
Anchor of the Beep Baseball Tonight podcast. You might have heard of it.
Oh, just a wee bit.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Hit.
Way underneath the bat.
Yeah, you've had a couple of current and former podcasters on your Game of the Day stream, not me. Richie Flores is the co-anchor of the Dillon podcast.
And it's going to be a line drive on the left. And Justin scooping it up just like that. That's going to be an out
Cleanliness is right next to godliness. That was a clean play by Romack, and as long as they can keep doing that, they'll stay in the game. As I said, you had Flores on with you last night. He's our president, but he's also co-anchor of that Beat Baseball Tonight podcast. And then on Monday night for the Women of Our League game, you had Neil McDonald, who for about 4 years there ran the Beat Baseball Blues show. TBBS, as it was called.
TBBS. Kyle Ivey up at the plate. Pedro just moved up a little bit from far back where he was. And a nice line drive up the middle, just barely to the left. Hillary jumping down in front of that. She's grabbing a hold of it, and that is going to be an out for Hillary.
There we go. She's got to put out. I want to make sure that he kept that call. He did. It was obvious out. Good play by Hillary. They're cleaning up on the left side now. Doing what they need to do there.
Josh Perry.
8-3, bottom of the third, 2 outs.
It's so rare in this team that I almost feel the need to say he's a right-handed batter.
That is worth pointing out when you're talking about the Oklahoma Lookouts, who have, I believe, 4 lefties in their starting lineup today. Highly unusual for beat. I'd say over 80% of the players are all right-handed.
Just over the top of the bat.
You talk about good left-handed hitters, though, and who do you think of? Rich Schultz from the Comet, Landrum from the Comets, Kyle Lewis from the Thunder, certainly.
Grounder up the middle to the left, right to Hillary. She's laying down. Oh, bounced off of her shoe. She's got to go back for it, and that is going to be a run as he barely reaches out with his hands as he slid past it on the ground, but that will be a run.
Well, she was sort of in position, but she could have been in better position. So the idea is you want to get center, you want to get the biggest part of your body on the ball, which is the torso. You don't really want feet, legs, because that's exactly what can happen. Sometimes you have to emergency do it, but I don't know. I think she had time to get in a little better position. Remember, they're doing this all by ear, though. They're not seeing anything under those blindfolds.
A new ball coming in as Cleo Stevens takes to the plate.
Well, now you got to get this one. Then you don't want them turning the lineup back over to Mark Ivey, if you can help it.
Maybe not with that ball. A little too warbly. It only made it out as far as Tim and decided to make a return trip. It was not a one-way ticket. And Cleo is ready. And a nice line drive right over to Hillary. She's going to drop down past her hands, and he's running for first. Hunter's trying to back her up, and that is going to be safe.
Now that was a hot potato, wasn't it? Yeah, that got on her pretty quick.
It bumbled right between her hands as she had them out. It just slid right through those thumbs. Hunter scrambling over there, but just a second too late. 10-3 now at the bottom of the third. Lookouts lead by 7 and starting it all over with Mark Ivey.
Yeah, we're back into that danger zone a little bit. And, it's really not, it's unusual a little bit to see all these lefties going to the opposite field like this. But they're still managing to score. So.
Patriotic hand, Mark Ivey. And it's going to left again. Justin laying down. He's got it in his armpit. So now he's got to get a hold of it. And he's got it. That is going to be an out for Justin. Mark just standing just past third, hands on hips.
He doesn't like missing bases. I mean, he's developed into one of the top all-around players in the league. I'd say top 20 for sure.
So that is a 10-3 game as we head to the top of the fourth. Lookouts leading by 7. And let's hear from some of those sponsors who helped make this possible.
House is proud to be a fan club sponsor for the National Baseball Association World Series Game of the Day. Stepping up to the plate for Texans. For 50 years, Austin Lighthouse has been the MVP for Texans who are blind or visually impaired, helping them step up to the plate and build careers, develop skills, and live independently. With over 50% of our workforce being blind or visually impaired, we're proving that with the right coaching and teamwork, everyone can knock it out of the park. From job training, our spring training for success, to assistive technology, the high-tech gear that levels the playing field, Austin Lighthouse is all about creating opportunities and access because everyone deserves a fair shot at the big leagues. Every donation is like a walk-off hit, providing tools, training, and hope to those who need it most. Visit austinlighthouse.org to learn more. Vision Corps is proud to be a home run club sponsor for the National Baseball Association World Series Game of the Day. Vision Corps hires with the belief that vision loss shouldn't be a barrier to personal and economic independence. Join a championship caliber team with Vision Corps. We offer remote and on-site positions with our professional service department. Get started by emailing jobs@visioncorps.net. Blind Institute of Technology is proud to be a home run club sponsor for the National Baseball Association World Series Game of the Day. Is your business stuck in a slump? Still struggling with outdated systems while the competition runs up the score? Step up to the plate with Blind Institute of Technology, the MVP behind equitable training and job placement, digital accessibility consulting, and Salesforce expertise. Through their federally registered apprenticeship program, BIT trains and places professionals with disabilities into high-impact Salesforce and digital accessibility roles, helping businesses build a stronger team, more accessible systems, and a culture that wins. Visit blindit.org and let's build a better lineup together.
And thank you from sponsors. We are back here for the BCS Outlaws versus Oklahoma Lookouts game after the players take this extended water break to rehydrate and rest out of the sun. We will be heading to the top of the fourth at a 10-3 Lookout lead. It is still hot out there. Remember, we also still have one full day tomorrow, as well as the championship game on Saturday.
And speaking of which, I have just got confirmation from the headquarters tent that as of right now, we will follow the normal schedule, 8, 11, and 2 p.m. for the games tomorrow, which means if that holds up, and I always say that with a little reservation because of the forecast, but as of right now, the undefeated winners bracket game would be 11 o'clock, Thunder and Philly Fire, Jared Woodard versus Pat Krause. Tyler Rodriguez will be eligible tomorrow versus Casey Krause, and we just keep going on down the list. You don't want to miss it. Both undefeated on the tournament. Thunder undefeated on the year. Fire defending world champions.
It's definitely going to be a very exciting game. There will not be a dull moment. And who knows, we might even have a couple surprises thrown in there. We've had a few surprises all week here at the World Series. Some not so great, but they have been surprises nevertheless. Thank you to Graham Mathena and the recording video that helps put on this live stream and does all the heavy hard work, while David, Benny, and myself get to sit back and enjoy the game and bring the story to you listening wherever you might be, in whatever country you might be. I happen to know that at least more than the U.S. and Taiwan was listening on our last live stream. I know there was someone from the Philippines watching as well. So thank you. Keep watching and keep sharing.
Outstanding. Whatever time zone you're in, whatever latitude or longitude you happen to be at, you're glad you're with us here at the 49th Annual World Series of Beep Baseball. As you hear our plate umpire Mike Woodard call the teams back onto the field and ready to go, as we are halfway through what is become a significant lead for Oklahoma, but these Outlaws are never say die, and they have forged their way farther than they ever have before, so don't count them out. Top of the order coming up. That's been the part of the lineup that's done damage. Romack has one, Hillary Oswald has one, and Alex Quick has one.
So let's see if we can get some more of those Outlaws with some runs up on the board as they get ready for their at-bat, and the Lookouts are going to try to defend this 7-run lead they have. Quick huddle by the Lookouts over on our left before they head out into the field. Outlaws casually strolling up Justin to the plate in a calm, collected manner.
So this is important, so I'm going to repeat it again. Tomorrow's schedule right now is the normal schedule, so what you'll have placement games, but we're going to focus on the teams that are still in the championship hunt. At 8 a.m., you will have 2 elimination games. At 11 o'clock, you will have the winner of those 2 elimination games will play one another, and you'll have the winner's bracket final, or Friday game as we call it, and that will be right here on the Game of the Day stream. And then at 2 p.m. you will have the elimination final, as like we call it, or third place game between the loser of tomorrow's championship bracket final and the winner of the playback games, whoever that might be. The winner of this game plays the Gateway Archers. The winner of the Taiwan-Chicago game, which we're waiting for a score update over there, will play the Indy Edge, who we saw fall just short this morning
By 1, and we should have that update fairly soon, as Chicago is now up to bat, so Christina will not be out in the field currently. Taiwan is in the field, but right now we have a Justin Romack.
Set, ready, ball.
Just barely under the bat.
I do believe that Justin Romack is a BCS Outlaw original charter member.
Ready, ball.
And a pop up short and foul on the right.
This team, the first time I remember seeing the BCS Outlaws, I believe was in 2015 in a tournament down in Louisville, Kentucky. We were trying something out down there, Frankfort, I guess, Kentucky. And then we saw them at the World Series. They've been here
Set, ready,
all but 1 year,
Just underneath.
and they've improved every year.
Here we go. Set, ready, ball.
And it's going to be right along the third base line. Foul. As Jerry goes to retrieve that ball. Hunter Gardner catching.
Set, ready, ball.
And it's going to be a nice grounder, but it's right to Mark Ivy. He's laid down. It's gone past his toes, though. Justin running for that base, and that is going to be a run for the Outlaws. 4-10. They got that with that first up at bat, so let's see what Hillary Oswald can do. 4-10, top of the fourth.
Well, as the late great Ed Farmer, former color commentator for the Chicago White Sox, used to say, the road back starts with that one little step. There's one there. Romack now 2 for 3. And here's Hillary. She's 1 for 2 with a putout. And she is such an ambassador for this game. Playing with the boys.
Go, set, ready, ball.
And it's going to be a little grounder short over to Mark. He's laying down. It's out of his hands. It's behind him, and he's recovered it. That is going to be an out for Mark Ivy.
She doesn't want to be rolling the ball to him, though. Now, she got it short enough that she got away with it once, but that's just the wrong spot on the field. I'd rather see her do what she was doing at that showcase where she was scoring big runs, which is doinking it over to the opposite field, because she's rolling it right to their best player. But, man, you see how quick she is down that bag, down that line.
She was almost there. Alex Quick up to the plate.
And here's probably their fastest player. He scored his last time up.
Ready, ball.
Just barely underneath the bat.
Here we go. Set, ready, ball.
And a nice high pop up into short center. Mark deciding to run for it. Josh Perry coming over, sliding in front. And that's going to be a run for Alex Quick. Now only 5 runs down, 10-5, top of the fourth. Mark started to run over there for it. I believe Josh Perry called him off. Mark holds his hands up and stood back, but Josh not quite getting that in time.
So he's 2 for 3 now. In correction, he scored his first at bat, and now he scored right there. So Romack and Quick both 2 for 3.
Pedro Aguirre.
All 5 runs so far have come from the top of 3 of that lineup. Though somebody down here has got to score. 10-5.
Moving Josh Perry back.
Here we go. Set, ready, ball.
And a nice line drive just past Mark as he runs for third. It's past Aaron and Kyle, and that's a run for Pedro. Now 6-10 for the Outlaws. Top of the fourth.
And that is huge right there, because now you're not doing this thing where you're always ending with the bottom of your lineup. That kind of changes the balance a little bit. That's the first run for Aguiar.
We have Chad Dillon still down on the field. He's now rolling over to his back, laying on his back.
This has been a long week, and Oklahoma not terribly deep either, and Chad Dillon has played most if not every inning. And he turned his ankle in Champaign, moonlighting with the Gateway Archers for reasons I will never understand. But it was in a competitive scrimmage, and he stepped in a divot and turned his ankle.
He is up, getting some water.
He's a gamer, though. Meanwhile, though, 10-6.
Lookouts lead by 4. Outlaws trying to make a comeback.
Well, this is their best inning of the game so far already, as they've gotten 3 out of 4 to base.
The water from the field is now making its way back up to the lookout bench. Defense setting back up into position. Hunter has taken a knee just past home plate while he waits for the go-ahead.
So 4 different Outlaws now have scored. 2 runs for Romack, 2 runs for Quick, a run for Oswald, now a run for Aguiar. Time for Hunter Mouton to check in as we play here in the top of the fourth in a 10-6 game.
Here we go. Here we go. Set, ready, ball.
And a nice thunker. That's going to be foul on the third base side. That's too bad. It was really a nice placement there.
Yep, jumped him just a little bit. If they can get that inside that line and get it beyond Mark Ivy, he's got room to run.
I'm getting a quick shoe tie here for Hunter at the plate. Don't want to be tripping on shoelaces.
I don't mean to sound cruel, but the best thing they could do right now is make Chad Dillon move.
Set. Ready. Ball.
And dropping down straight foul.
And I'm serious, when you get somebody with a bad wheel and you get him going side to side. Jerry House thought he had that one. He's telling him same swing.
Set. Ready. Ball.
And just underneath. That's going to be out. Sarah Gardner coming up to the plate. It's 10-6. Lookouts lead, top of the fourth.
Sarah Gardner, 2 strikeouts. You know, and one of the unfortunate things for the Outlaws is there's a couple players that, particularly their outstanding rookie, Grant Euchre, couldn't make it, and I don't see Hunter Frederick either, and they were 2 starters.
Hunter Frederick is listed as one of their subs.
Okay.
And that's going to be a strike.
All right.
They had Hunter Frederick and Jasmine Kittle as their subs.
Ready. Ball.
And she's getting a short little pop-up, just barely fair. It's gonna
maybe.
It's on the line, and they've got it. Mark Ivy come over. It ended up right on the line, about 2.5 steps from third. That's going to be an out for Mark Ivy.
Now, if she had Hillary's speed, she'd have probably beat that out just like she did on a ball similar to that. But as it is, a good inning for the Outlaws. 3 runs in that inning, so it's 10-6 going to the bottom of the fourth. I do have a scoreboard update and I did not get an inning, but it's a close one over there. 5-4 Taiwan leading Chicago. That was the last score I got.
A little bit of coaching
That was the
there.
last one I got. They may have scored a few since then, but
Jerry House to Sarah Gardner. Before she comes in to her bench, Erin Higbee already ready to set up at the plate, ready to get this inning and game on. Again, bottom of the fourth, Lookouts leading 10-6.
and the last update I have, that was in the third inning, 5-4 Taiwan. Loser of those 2 games will play each other tomorrow for 7th. Winners advance. We've seen Chicago and Taiwan both. Unfortunately, they both took their lumps against the Gateway Archers, who lost 17-12 earlier to Philly. So they'll be playing their way back tomorrow. Here we go.
Erin Higbee. His Red Sox matching pitcher Tim Hibner.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Hit.
Hard swing, no contact.
Not quite.
Right there. Here we go. Set. Ready. Hit.
And just underneath again, we're getting quite an aerial display from all the dragonflies down here next to the cornfield.
Here we go. Ready. Hit.
And there it goes, pop up deep and almost hitting Hillary as it comes back up on her knee, going behind her, but Erin Higbee on the base. That's a run.
Well, she was where she was supposed to be, but that was in the air for a while, and then it hit and bounced. A couple days ago, it might have hit and stuck for her, but this field has dried out and hardened up considerably since Tuesday.
Chad Dillon coming up to the plate as Erin Higbee rounds around behind home plate.
Swinging for contact. That was great, baby. That was amazing. First player.
And that base check.
Well, we'll see how well that Dylan runs his base here, and that'll give you some indication of how bad that ankle might be bothering him.
And nails it on the ground right over to Alex Quick, just past his fingers. You can see a little hitch in his step there, but he did not try to go down or slide. He just ran past it, tapped that base. That's going to take them 12-6 as they double the lead they have on them. 12-6. Lookouts lead, bottom of the fourth. That last one by Chad Dillon.
Well, hitching his get along or not, he hit that past Alex Quick, and that was the end of that.
Kyle Ivy up at the plate.
So unfortunate for the Outlaws because they worked so hard for those 3 runs in the top half and just gave up 2, albeit Higby's ball was legit. I don't know that there's many teams or players that was going to field that.
Just over the top. That Chad coming back very slowly.
Yeah, if they get a couple more runs here, and I'm not in any position to run their bench for them, but you might want to get them out of there because if they want to get where they need to go, they're going to win tomorrow.
And a nice hit. It's going to go deep into right. Sarah Gardner going past it, turning around to go back for it. And that's a run for Kyle as they inch away 13-6 at the bottom of the fourth.
So after a bunch of lefties hitting the ball to the left side opposite field, he just rips that to right. No way Gardner was going to get that. So they've just now got those 3 back to open up the bottom of the fourth, and they've opened that lead back up again now.
Josh Perry is stepping up. Temperature has drastically dropped again, now at a comfortable hot temperature.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Set.
And just under the bat. Pedro was already getting ready to run toward center.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Set.
And catching Tim right in the groin. Could not get out of that. So Josh will head right back for a repeat. And this time we're getting the real aerial display with a set of 4 airplanes in formation above us as they go by in the typical V pattern. And hello and thank you for that salute to beat baseball. They're now passing on by. Almost ready. It's still a very loud rumble from those fighter jets. 13-6, Lookouts lead, bottom of the fourth with Josh Perry at the plate. And quite a chuckle.
So again, and we're going to post this information on all of our different platforms, but we are following the original tournament schedule tomorrow, games at 8, 11, and 2. So if you're listening and you have placement games or you're still in the tournament,
pop up into short right. Pedro coming up on it, it's past him. Alex coming over to back him up, and Alex one-handed quick lift. That is going to be an easy out. Alex Quick.
good job backing up Pedro Aguiar on that one by Quick. They needed that out in the worst way.
Cleo coming up to the plate. Apparently somebody cared about Alex Quick.
They said the base isn't facing the right direction on first.
Yeah, this is comfortably hot, and for these two teams, this is what they are. I mean, we're talking Oklahoma and Bryan, College Station, Texas. They're used to playing in this.
Yeah, this is comfortably warm. It's not so sweltering.
I am a little surprised that we are sticking, frankly, with the regular schedule tomorrow. I'm
Well, there's a
interested
little
to
bit
know.
of a drop in temperature expected
Well.
overnight, so we will see.
Here we go. Set.
Oh, Cleo just stepped back off.
During his cadence, they're fine. Stick in there, buddy. Stick in there. Right there. Hold fast. There you go. Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
Just underneath the outer tip of the bat.
Just by hair. Just by hair. Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
A nice bouncing grounder. It's going to be Pedro coming up on that. It's past him. Alex coming up on top of it. Alex has a hold of it, and that's another out for Alex Quick.
Hey, how about back-to-back putouts for Alex Quick to squelch a rally a little bit here. They still got to get this third one, but that's a good start there. But now you got to earn it.
Heard Josh Perry on his way back from first saying, who cares about Alex Quick? Well, he just had 2 outs, bang, bang right there. So Alex Quick,
Yeah, but they got to earn this one now.
13-6, Lookouts lead, bottom of the 4th.
You got 2. Here we go.
Mark Ivy.
Looking at the bases as they get the base check.
If I was on this again, just say put your head.
Little pop, baby. Little pop. Aim you there. Give it a ride. Give it a ride. Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
Bouncing grounder to short left there.
It's got to be.
Justin's
Romack.
going to have to come up on that, and he's going to be safe. 14-6 now as they break that 2-out surge from the Outlaws.
I sensed that Romack thought that ball was going to come out farther than it did. That made one of those terrible thunk, which means it hit the bottom of the bat and then the ground. But it got over the 40-foot line, and he beat it out. Beat him by a step. And they are extending their lead now even more.
Aaron Higby.
The Lookouts look ready to join the top 6, no matter what happens, but they're still playing their way up, and believe me, they think they can beat Gateway tomorrow if this holds up.
Well, that's going to be foul, about 2.5 feet out.
Many teams have come here thinking that they could beat Gateway on their own turf and haven't done it. The Philly Fire got them 17-12 earlier today in a competitive game.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
High pop-up into center. Going to be dropping in front of Hillary coming on over for that. Overshooting,
Oh, she
and they
overran it.
collide. Her and Justin collide as he was coming over and she was turned back around. Let's see if he's okay. He's getting up. That will be a run for Aaron. 15-6. They're both up.
Well, that's good, and the concern there is those are 2 Outlaw originals, really. They've been playing together their entire career, just about. And so, fatigue becomes a factor this late in the week. There need to be a little more communication. There's really no reason those 2 should collide with one another if they're talking. They're both going for the same ball, but you got to communicate.
And we're going to get a new ball in just a moment, putting the pin in the old one. Super faint at a beep, 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 beep.
So where's that put us here?
We are 15-6 at the bottom of the 4th. The Lookouts have 5 up on the board so far in this inning, and Chad Dillon is ready to add another.
Still 2 outs. Oklahoma beginning to pull away here.
That Midwest Serenade is starting to kick in, and the base on first is getting fainter and fainter.
Explain to people who aren't from here what the Midwest Serenade is.
So those are a lovely little bug called the cicada that come out at night and make a noise. And for country kids or kids who are used to it in the morning, they like to go out and find cicada shells. And when they shed their skin stuck on trees, some brave souls like to pick those off and put them on their shirt and wear them as cicada jewelry. My own daughter included, who is a budding entomologist.
Well said. Rosina's way out in the Ozark boonies, and I'm in southeastern Illinois. Neither one of us is really close to any metroplex of any kind. So I prefer cicadas at twilight, though, just because I'm more of a twilight guy than early in the morning. And it is twilight here, or going on twilight.
Coming off the edge of that bat, popping up short left. Hiller Justin coming up on that, getting a little bit closer, and he's got it. He is out. Chad just not quite, still not running at full strength there with that ankle. So that is going to be an out for Justin as we head to the top of the fifth, and it is a 15-6 game.
So at this point, I'm not counting chickens here, but if I'm the Lookouts, I get Chad Dillon out of here. They're going to need him tomorrow. That's his former team, the Archers. They're arch rivals, no pun intended. And it's 15-6. I'm not sure that BCS has scored 15 this tournament. Like I said, they're built on defense and fundamentals. If they know, give it a shot.
Taiwan is out in the field currently.
Can we get an update on the score for
Justin Romack coming up to home plate as
we're looking for an update.
the Lookouts take the field. Chad is still in center. Temperature is just about as perfect as it gets for a baseball game.
Okay, Mike. I'm trying to get an update on the score.
I'm got somebody working on it.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Defense is ready. We're going to get a base check.
We're all scoreboard watching here as we get later and later on into this double elimination tournament, all culminating with Championship Saturday.
A nice line drive by Justin, bouncing off of Mark's feet, scrambling over. Chad trying to get to it, and he's got his hand out. They drop the ball. That is going to be safe.
Well, timeout now.
Now we're double checking.
Woodard did make the call. He said ball up, he's out, but then now did he have control for long enough before he tossed it? Ball has to be off the ground, under control, and away from the
ground,
body.
But then he dropped it right away, so I'm not sure how this is going to go.
And it's really umpire judgment as to how long
safe.
you have to have it, but they're going to give him the run. And that's an error. Circled run, but that's 3 for 4 now for Romack.
6-5 Chicago.
Chicago now leads 6-5. I think that's in the fourth. Over there against Taiwan. Winner stays alive, loser plays for 7th over there. Boy, Chicago and Taiwan used to have some battles back in the early 2000s when Taiwan was in their heyday and the Comets were in theirs.
Hillary Oswald.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Ball.
And a short little bouncer, just barely going to be fair. They're going to have to come up. Both Josh Perry and Mark coming for that. Mark's got it, and he has a hold of this, and it is going to be out.
Well, Ivy has been Hillary's nemesis today. He's put her out 3 times. She scored on him once.
It was the bottom of the fourth.
And that game, by the way, 6-5 Chicago, bottom of the fourth.
Here at the Outlaws and the Lookouts, it is a 15-7 game, top of the fifth. Lookouts lead. Alex Quick up to the plate.
If Chicago wins that game, they will finish in the top 6 for the first time in a decade.
Just over the top of the swing.
First time in a decade with a win, and they're holding a 1-run lead over there.
Another strike, just a little bit early.
Set. Ready. Ball.
And just underneath.
Set. Ready. Ball.
And a bouncing grounder short on left. Mark coming up. Josh Perry sliding in. They're both after it. Mark I'm going to see if they're going to decide
They're
on
going
this.
to talk about that. That was bang bang.
Oh, was it off the ground? Okay.
And you got to have it off the ground. Let's see what they call.
I think that's going to be a run.
Quick looking for his third run of the day if he can get it.
Is that safe? Is that safe?
What's the call, Blue? Okay,
Safe.
so the ball was on the ground.
So that will now be a 15-8.
On the ground, or off the ground, under control, away from the body are the elements of possession. If one of those is absent, then the correct call is safe. Mike Woodard did confer with his judges and umpires and confirmed that in fact was a run.
Pedro at the plate.
A nice game going for Alex Quick, huh?
Absolutely.
Set, ready, come on.
And a bouncing grounder just barely inside the line on the third. Mark coming on up over. He's going to have to scramble. And that is safe for Pedro.
Look at this now. That's 3 out of 4 to the plate now to base for the Outlaws. As they're going to try to make one more push here as we get late into this game.
15-9 now, top of the fifth.
And it's amazing, in case y'all don't know, with the one player for sure that I know of that is absent from the Outlaws roster, you're talking about a roster of about 8 players, maybe 9. So to go through this week and play your way all the way back after losing in the round of 16 to a very good Archers team. Yeah, it's borderline amazing.
Hunter at the plate.
Set, ready, come on.
A nice little.
Comets just scored a run. They now lead 7-5 over Taiwan. Can you believe they haven't finished in the top 6 since 2015?
That's very unusual. Just doesn't seem possible.
I mean, that game's tight, but with a win, they will do it. With a loss, they'll be playing for 7th, which it seems like they've done a lot of.
Just under the swing.
Go, set, ready, come on.
And a nice little grounder just inside the line. Kyle lining up 40s on top of it. Has it up, and that is out. As Hunter stumbles over third, but it doesn't matter. Kyle Ivy for the out.
Kyle Ivy making the play.
Yeah, backing up his brother.
Backing
there.
up his brother. A la what Eric and Tyler Rodriguez used to do. Except now they're on opposite sidelines. And they could see each other again. I could see the Thunder and Edge, although, you know, the Fire are defending champs. The Archers are very good. But I could see the Thunder and Edge meeting again after what we saw this morning. That was just a masterpiece on both sides.
Sarah Gardner.
She's put the ball in play once, struck out twice.
Go, set, ready, come on.
And it's going to be a little tiny short grounder, and it's going to go foul.
That might have worked. But
Josh Perry was right on top of that, just trying to get a hold of it as it rolled foul. So she will come back. She was 3/4 of the way down to third.
and he was probably 8/10 of the way to that ball.
He was on top of that ball trying to grab a hold of it. Yep, she's coming back a little slow, like a foot or a knee.
I'm telling you, man, most of them have played every inning of every game because they've had to.
It's 15-9, top of the fifth. Lookouts lead. Outlaws trying to come back.
Outlaws have finished as high as 13th, I believe, but never higher.
Ball right over the swing.
And that would have been in Beaumont in 2022 when they upset the Archers on opening day.
Nice pop-up, short left. Mark coming up on top of that, and he's got a hold of that. That's going to be an out for Mark Ivy, but a nice hit for Sarah.
Yep, she put it in play, but unfortunately, Mark Ivy on his game, and he's cleaning up all the short stuff just about. Hillary got over on him once, but I don't think Mark Ivy's given up anything other than that.
Lookouts coming back in as Sarah Gardner limps her way up towards home plate and then going back around to her bench. They might possibly be doing a sub here. She does not look like she's going to try to head out to the field.
Frankly, unless something's wrong with Hunter, I'm surprised Hunter Frederick, who's listed as a sub, number 8, is not in this game.
She's still making her way to the bench.
How about number 2, Matt Grobner? Is he
I don't have him listed.
Okay,
Jasmine
he's one
Kittle
that's
was
not here.
listed.
Okay.
Yep, here comes the sub. 20, Jasmine Kittle.
Okay.
20 for 14.
So there must be a reason Hunter Frederick would be in this game, you would think. So there must be a reason he's not. And they'll bring in, it looks like the only sub they've got left to bring in, Jasmine Kittle.
Number 20, so she will be in the 6th spot as she is now heading out into deep right.
You know, sometimes these tournaments become games of attrition, and unfortunately the Outlaws roster is being attrited here, but I'm telling you, it's still 15-9, and I can't say enough about the fight in this little Outlaw squad.
Definitely a lot of perseverance. They're still out here. This is the first time they have subbed this entire game.
I hope my friend and retired coach John Stark is seeing what the little team that he built is doing right now.
Kyle
Because he
Ivey.
raised some of them on beat ball.
Just over the top of the outer edge of the bat.
So if you're out there in Abilene, Stark, and you're listening to this game, watching it, enjoy.
Just over the top again. Again, we're at the bottom of the 5th. 15-9.
I know
Lookouts.
we've got people from Oklahoma that are tuned in, and they're happy to see what they're seeing.
Connecting but going foul on the right.
So you can punch Jasmine Kittle into the 6th spot for Gardner.
Here we go. Ready? Set.
And just nicking off and dropping down.
You hear Taiwan way over there at field, what is that, 2?
Yes.
Ooh, struck him out.
Kyle leaving home plate. Should bring Josh Perry up.
Yeah, this is the bottom of their order. They've got to get these out. They really cannot afford for Mark Ivy and Aaron Higbee to be coming up in this inning and Chad Dillon. It is a 6-run spread now.
First play. Start.
Let's play.
Give it a knock, baby. Give it a ride. Give it a ride. Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
And it's going to be a foul grounder on the left.
Usually it's Tim Hibner who tells his batters when to take a pitch and when not to, but it sounds like Perry has requested to take this. I don't think he liked the sound.
And taking that pass.
Let's see if they can get back on schedule now.
Here we go. Set. Ready? Hit.
And nice high pop-up in center, deep. Hillary's tumbling over her fingers. She's turning around to go after. And let's see, that is going to be Hunter, though, with the out, backing her right up. Hunter.
Mouton helps out. I believe that's his first put out of the game.
16 got the play.
That's 2 outs. That must be Mouton because I don't have a 16 on my roster.
Yeah, that is him. I penciled a 16 in for him.
All right, well, it's hard to pencil it in Braille around here. Unless you go back to the old school slate and stylus, and I was never very good at that. I was so slow at the slate. I like the old
Stevens.
Perkins Brailler until we moved to more technology. Now I could fly on the Perkins Brailler.
I'm not. See, now my oldest loves the slate and stylus.
It's definitely a lot quieter.
Here we go. 10. Ready? Hit.
Cleo Stevens, ball sliding right up underneath his bat.
The thing I didn't like about the slate and stylus is you had to write it backwards.
Here we go. 10. Ready? Hit.
And a bouncing grounder, short right. Pedro coming right up on top of that. It's past. He's just got to get a hold of his hands. He's got it. That is an out for Pedro Aguirre.
44.
All right, second put out of the game for Aguiar.
Oh, that's going to send
What inning are we in?
us to the top of the sixth. It's a 15-9 game. There is so much help and assistance that makes this World Series possible. And why don't we hear from some of the people that help make that possible from our sponsors?
Austin Lighthouse is proud to be a fan club sponsor for the National Baseball Association World Series Game of the Day. Stepping up to the plate for Texans. For 50 years, Austin Lighthouse has been the MVP for Texans who are blind or visually impaired, helping them step up to the plate and build careers, develop skills, and live independently. With over 50% of our workforce being blind or visually impaired, we're proving that with the right coaching and teamwork, everyone can knock it out of the park. From job training, our spring training for success, to assistive technology, the high-tech gear that levels the playing field, Austin Lighthouse is all about creating opportunities and access because everyone deserves a fair shot at the big leagues. Every donation is like a walk-off hit, providing tools, training, and hope to those who need it most. Visit austinlighthouse.org to learn more.
And a great big thank you to the sponsors that we just heard from. Again, we are now at the top of the sixth. Lookouts leading 15-9, and the Lookouts are in the field. BCS Outlaws up for their very last chance at bat.
30's been their designated fielder. 30's been the designated fielder. Yeah.
Yeah, Gwen.
Sorry.
Okay, so was there a sub or no?
No.
Okay.
Not for them,
So I
no.
always get confused when I see the DS and the BA.
So this is going to be Justin Romack up to the plate.
Romack's been productive. I have him 3 for 4.
And almost taking out Jerry's knees as it goes down the middle. Chad laying down. He's just not very mobile, and it sails past him. And that is a run for Justin, taking it to a 15-10 game, only trailing by 5. And Hillary Oswald coming up.
What did Yogi Berra say? It ain't over till it's over. They've got 3 outs to play with, and they're down 5.
Chad now finally back up. I mean, he didn't catch that on the first laydown. There was just no spinning and turnings, just not feeling the mobility.
Nope, and that's what we said. You know, the best thing that they can do is make him move.
Hillary getting her base check.
Set. Ready. Ball.
Just under her swing.
I would like to see her go to that right field corner if she can.
Go. Set. Ready. Ball.
Just over the top.
And that's no slight to Josh Perry, but I'd rather see her challenge him than Mark Ivy.
And it's going to be a short little pop-up, rolling and twisting back towards the catcher.
All right, she's right there now.
Set. Ready. Ball.
And that is going to be
and a
out for
strikeout.
Hillary Oswald.
For Hillary Oswald, what a tournament she has had. to this point.
Quick coming up to the plate. They have 1 out, 1 run this inning. They still have 5 more to go to at least tie it up to force the Lookouts to take their turn at bat.
Both of these teams, as I said before, will play tomorrow regardless. It's just one of them would be playing a placement game.
Set, ready, bump.
Just a little over the top and inside of the bat.
BCS's only loss so far in this championship round was to the Archers.
And just underneath.
Set, ready, bump.
And 3 strikes.
Time.
What was that?
All right, here we go. Okay. All right, here we go. Set, ready, bump.
And that's going to be a strikeout for Alex Quick. It's going to rest on Pedro Aguiar's shoulders as he takes that bat to his shoulder and comes up to home plate.
That's fatigue, man. Nothing more, nothing less. Oswald and Quick aren't going to strike out back-to-back in any other situation but that. And I'll tell you, this Outlaw team has gone as far as it can go, but it would appear that the clock is about to strike midnight on their championship hopes, but they'll be playing for 7th, which is far better than they've ever finished before.
Set, ready, bump.
Just barely sliding under that bat. A hair between the ball and the bat.
This is a quantum leap for the Outlaws organization.
Nice slamming grounder. It's right to Mark. Bounces into his stomach, and he's got a hold of it. And that is out. Mark Ivy, and that will be the game. 15-10 Lookouts over the BCS Outlaws.
So the Oklahoma Lookouts are guaranteed a top 6 finish. They will play tomorrow morning against the Gateway Archers at 8 a.m. At least that's what I've been told the bracket looks like. It'll be Lookouts and Archers. The BCS Outlaws will wait to see who they play in a 7th, 8th placement game. Nothing whatever to hang their heads on. They beat Cleveland. They beat the New Jersey Titans. They were competitive in just about all of their games this week with a roster of basically 8 players, and that is just phenomenal. But for Oklahoma, this young team in their 3rd season of existence, they are going to be among the Beat Ball's top teams. They're going to be playing for a top 6 finish, but they're really, the more you win tomorrow, the farther you advance. So, I mean, they're playing. Don't tell them they're playing with house money, because they want to keep playing. They want to, everybody wants to get to Saturday. But they came in ranked 12th in this tournament, and here they are. My player of the game would be Mark Ivy. Don't think there's any question. He had at least a handful of putouts, probably closer to 8 or 9. And I counted him for 4 runs. 3 for sure.
I believe 4.
4 runs for Ivy, and probably double that in putouts. He's your player of the game. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We won't have a Game of the Day live stream at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, but there will be streams going of the elimination games, 2 of them going at that time slot, and then we will have Fire and Thunder at 11.